Hey everybody, got another box going downtown for Johnny Air on the KLR. That's what this video's for. Alright, now I can talk. So, I'm going down 2nd Avenue for another box. I'm trying to rush up because I got to get out. I got to go up to the Bronx after. So I guess looks like New York's coming back again now. Definitely doing better than San Francisco as far as things go. It's looking pretty good. Things appear to be coming back better than they were. One of those things. I gotta rush downtown. Well, it's a good probably be a good video. I noticed my my KLR runs better when it's not super cold out. Like today's a little warmer, so it seems to be running better. I guess a carbureted bike, you know, that's what you get. KLR's not bad though, but I say, like, if they could have kept the weight the same, but it's hard to do that. On the new KLR, if they could have kept the weight the same and then put anti-lock and but you know what, it's easy for me to say that, and you look at the situation, what they had to do engineering wise, put anti-lock brakes, put a fuel pump in the tank. They did a lot of stuff to the bike, and then have it all come in. They had to come in the same price, which is pretty amazing actually from an engineering standpoint. In the middle of a pandemic, they were able to achieve that. That's pretty amazing from an engineering standpoint. Anyway, I mean, that's very hard to do. Sorry, that required a little concentration. There was like a total weave going on there. And then I saw that highway cop on the left giving a ticket to the guy on the electric bike. I was just scoping things out because that's weird. I've never seen anything like that, but maybe they're starting to do some enforcement now. You gotta watch out for those guys. Basically, don't look, don't hear, don't see. That's basically, when you see those guys, you go to opposite corner. I don't go nowhere near highway cops, because if they do manage to pull you over, you're definitely getting a ticket. There's no, you don't even bother talking with those guys. They're like California Highway Patrol. When you get pulled over, don't do anything, don't say anything, don't admit guilt, just take your ticket and go your way, because whatever you do, whatever you say, it's just going to make things worse. It's going to make things worse for you, because you'll get comments from the cop like saying, are you asking me to perjure myself? Because a question like that is, if you're stupid enough to say yes, he's just going to arrest you on bribery, which would be kind of hilarious. I mean, I don't know how that would hold up in court, that you're just saying, hey, can you give me a break? But I had a cop one time, a highway cop, tell me, are you asking me to perjure myself? And then I realized what he was doing. I realized where the question was going, where the conversation was heading. He was heading towards perjury, which, you know, I mean, I don't think he really actually thought he could arrest me for perjury, because I'm not stupid enough to say yes. But what if you were just not paying attention? Or what if you were so stressed out that day that you were just kind of like, yeah, can you give me a break? Come on, man. Like, and the guy said, yeah, are you asking me to perjure myself? And you say yes. Well, that's on a body cam, and they'll just arrest you for perjury. I mean, bribery. Even though you're not offering any money, you're asking for something in return, and that's illegal. So it's just one of those things you gotta watch out for. That's all. Some cops need an arrest. They desperately need to get an arrest, and you're it. You're the guy. So your number's up. You're gonna be the one. I had to ditch it in the bike lane. So 68th Street, I gotta be to 14th Street in a few minutes. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I don't know what that bus is doing, but he's like totally blocked the road. It's like endless traffic. That's how you get ahead here. You gotta ditch it in bikes lane, bus lane, try and get your way, because you're not gonna move during this time. Wow, that was a nasty one. I like to slow it down a little bit, you know, when you're approaching stuff like this, because like I said, if you're approaching a one-way where it's turning like that and you go around the van, you're gonna be toast. That's why I saw that, you know, there's certain feelings you get, even though someone doesn't have a blinker on. You get a certain feeling they're gonna turn. I had a feeling he was gonna do that. Like this guy, what are you doing? And then here, you got to be careful. A car could even come from the middle lane, so you can't really go above 35. If you hit 40 miles an hour, you're going too fast, because you can't stop. I mean, maybe if you have Brembo brake, you know, like if you have a nice brake setup, yeah, sure, you probably could. But you need a really good brake setup. And then the problem is the ground. It's cold out, you know. The tires, they may not have the grip that you're expecting, and you can grab a handful of brake. If you have anti-lock brakes, it will possibly prevent you from going down. But what if you can't stop in time? You know, the anti-lock brakes will kick in, but you'll be heading right towards your object you're trying to avoid. So I said 35 is it. That's what I've learned driving around the city, due to the conditions and everything. I'm sure there's guys that would laugh at me and say 35 is ridiculously slow. Like, I could do that on my bicycle, but that's the speed that I've learned based on my braking timing and milliseconds to be able to squeeze off brake and do all that. It's very conservative at 35. I feel comfortable at 35. There are times I hit 40, but I'm fully aware of what I'm getting into when I do that I probably cannot stop if I need to. That's a nasty pothole. Like right now I'm doing 40. That's not cool, you know. I know that, but sometimes you just gotta gun it and go. But there's no mistakes about it, that if something darts in front of you, you're not gonna be able to stop. Especially not on an antiquated analog KLR. You know, I always check my brakes, my pads, make sure they're thick, make sure my rotors don't have shit on them, you know, before I go anywhere. But, you know, the sound on the bike though, I like the sound on this bike is actually perfect, tuned perfectly, that people can hear me. When I had it quieter, when I had the insert in, I noticed that people were getting startled by me, because they would go to turn, and then they would see my headlight and dart. They're not purposely trying to cut me off, and it was just you know, one of those things. You gotta have the right sound. If you don't, you're not going to be alert. People are not going to be alerted to you. And that's really bad in the city. You want people to be alert to your where you are. It's very important.